Hi, this is Kris German from the Apartment Dealer, and today we're going to share with you yet another one of our rehab projects. This will complete this particular property. We've gone through all the units. It's probably been about a 2-year run since we first started the project, but now we're all complete. We're going to be meeting with Miguel, the contractor, do our final check. Miguel always does great work, but it takes a second set of eyes. You never know, but we want to make sure all the touch-up painting has been done and so forth. They ran into a rainy day yesterday, so I imagine maybe not everything is done, but I would have to guess when we get inside, we're going to be at least 98% home. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, Miguel.
Hi, Kris.
Great.
How are you? I've been working with Kris for like around 10 years or plus.
I know the rain put you guys behind the day.
Yeah, just like hot day, but we.
Is the hot water already running?
Yes.
It is already running.
Yeah, turn around. No.
I don't know if the gas is on.
Yeah, take little because I don't turn it on since yesterday. Yeah, the water is gonna take like 2 minutes to get here because the water here is on
In the hallway.
Yeah,
Okay.
the hallway, so it's a long distance.
Well, no, I saw you. It's an A.L. Smith, so that should be a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
And you guys are still doing touch-up paint?
Yes, on the door. Yes, on the door, and a little bit a touch up on the grate.
I always like to check these just in case.
Yeah, check
Just in
everything.
case something's not lined up. The two remotes.
Yeah, they have the remote and they have the warranty for the stove, microwave, and the ACs.
Okay. This one here will fix this one.
That is part of the touch up that we have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to purchase the cable for the stove. I never did. I should have. I probably should have asked.
The thing, like because before they have like a half-inch gas line, now we have we have 3/4 inch. So we have to put a new gas bulb and a new gas hose.
Okay. Oh yeah, everything looks good.
I don't know, you noticed like on this side, we have a deep cabinet for the top of the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything is there. You have.
Yeah. The more shelving, the better, because obviously there's not a lot of storage in the unit. So the more storage we can give them, the better.
And it's venting to the outside as well.
Okay, perfect.
With a cast pipe instead of the flex.
With the flex, yeah. That's one of the, when we do inspections of properties, that's one of the main things is when we're selling properties, is a lot of people use the flex, and so they
Because
inspect
it's easier.
And this looks good, so we push the that little shelving or whatever it was back.
No, before that was right here was the closet for the
Oh, that's
bed.
right. That's right.
So we push it in to create a small area for dining area. So that increased the area on the living room and the area in the bedrooms as well.
Well now, yeah, so they can have a little dining table.
Yeah, right here. I can feel the air right here.
I always check the cold. I never check the heat. I never.
Yeah, you can check the heat. Both are working.
Yeah.
In case like you don't want to leave it on, you can just turn it off. Right here. You can so the unit is gonna be off.
Okay.
So you want to leave it on all the time, so you just press the button and leave it on all the time.
Okay. Shower.
With the shower.
So they have no choice. You can't imagine how many apartments we sell, and because the fan is on its own independent switch, of course the tenants don't turn it on or forget to, not maybe on purpose, but then you get the black mold. I just sold a building in Covina. We had to do some rehab in the building while we were selling it because they had mold. And I'm in the process of selling another property right now where the bank said we won't do the loan unless you guys fix the mold issue. And it really isn't mold, it's just like the black spotting you get from the moisture. Yeah. Now this is knocking a little bit. Is that normal?
Yeah, I will check. Yeah. Because there was some knocking before. But
Is it a, do you know what kind, is it a new tone? Do you know what kind it is?
yes, it's a new one.
Okay.
I don't know where it started knocking.
One more time, turn it off? I don't know. Oh, now it's gone. Oh, no.
Maybe they have a little dust or something. I will check it. Yeah.
Okay,
I will check.
we'll figure that out. All right.
So now losing the closet in the bedroom, now we have the closet in the hallway.
Yeah.
And it's really close to the.
Well, this is more space than they had before, for sure. So, even though the water heater takes up some space, even still, it's still a lot of space for a one bedroom. Now, with this setup like this, are there any spare breakers, or they're all being used?
No, I just marked it. I don't know, you notice 1, 3, 4, so I avoiding one number because in the filter you can have a double break and put the number 2, so you can have up to 16 breakers.
Okay.
So right now you have 8 single breakers, but they can be double breakers.
Okay.
So
That's another thing too. Everyone's getting notices of their insurance being canceled because they have the old type panels.
do you remember what we did on this area, Kris?
Yeah. No, it opened it up a lot by pushing
Yeah,
it.
because the door to get out. Yeah, so we move the door. We have extra space, and we have a space in the bedroom, and we have a space to put the AC. Remember, before you have no AC on this bedroom.
Oh, that's right.
So now you have heater and air on the same unit.
Yeah, because if we would have left it, then you would have had to put it like in the wall, and it would have got blocked by a bed or something. It would have not been realistic.
Yeah.
And the smoke detectors, they're hardwired.
Yes.
They'll get that thing. I just saw that. And this is good too, because if they want to hang a TV, having the plug high,
Yeah.
so they can if they want. It's there.
That is a good place for the TV.
No, everything was good. Yeah. Hi. Hi. I am. How can I help you?
Do you rent the apartment or no?
Yeah, we're gonna be renting the apartment. So if you want to come Saturday, I'll be here
Next Saturday?
next Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you can see it. I'll give applications the same day.
Okay.
Perfect. I think we did it again. Now we have to go to LA and spend some more of my money. I don't want to. These places, they get
That
old.
is why you like to spend your money, and I like to spend my time doing your rehabs.
Right. Yeah.
So that is a team effort.
Yeah, my money, your time. There you
Yeah.
go. All right,
So-
thanks. I appreciate it. Good job.
Thank
Good job again. So there you have it. A complete remodel. Well, we're 99% there. I know Miguel will get the other 1% done. But substantial remodels. Again, the name of the game in multifamily units, at least the way that I play the game and many investors, and that way that I've been taught, I can't take total credit, my mentors, is it's cash flow, appreciation, and tax savings. The people who dwelled here previously, I think were paying maybe like $900 a month. We're gonna now be renting it for nearly $1,700 a month. That's a huge upswing in the rental rate. That's how I can substantiate the amount of capital that my wife and I have put into this particular unit because of that upswing in the rental rate and in terms of how long it'll take us to recoup our capital improvement. Appreciation, when it comes to rental units, different than single family homes. Single family homes, you kind of have to wait for the market to give you a lift. But when it comes to investment property, if you can do something to increase the income and bring down the expenses, or one or the other, and ideally both, then you're increasing the overall value of the property and you have that much more appreciation, that much more equity to then do what? Potentially maybe a cash out refinance, take your newfound equity, purchase a second property. That's the second pillar we talk about in the financial legacy of growth. Or maybe you sell, do a 1031 exchange, and now you're able to utilize 100% of your equity, not just a portion, like if you were to do a cash out refinance, but 100% of your equity and roll it into the next project that what? Will increase your cash flow, your appreciation, and your tax savings because, well, I'll bring it back to this unit. So here we have done a cost segregation study. So we accelerated our depreciation here. We've put more capital investment into the property so we can go back and amend that within a certain amount of time to take advantage of those additional tax savings. But then if we sell this property, for example, and you purchase a new property, which typically is going to be a higher price point, now I'm going to have greater depreciation to put against my personal income. And so for many of you, I know that a portion of why you own your properties is you need something to put against your personal income. You do very well on your taxes, your Uncle Sam's best friend, so you need a write-off. Well, capital improvements, not only will it lift your cash flow, increase the value of your property, but now you have that much more tax write-off to put against your income, ideally bringing your tax bracket down. So it's a win-win. There's a hard argument to say, no, these improvements don't make sense. That's not a wise idea. I guess the only argument would be is if the differential in the rent that the previous tenant was paying and the market, if it's not, if it's $100, $200, yeah, that's not enough of an upswing to substantiate the type of money that we've put into this unit, but still would substantiate improving the unit so that you also can attract a different tenant base, which is a different conversation in and of itself. So now we're going to head back into the studio. We're going to go through the math because it's not just about making a unit pretty. This unit is pretty, but what are the numbers, right? Can we substantiate the type of money that was invested here? What is the real upswing when I'm talking about increasing cash flow, increasing appreciation? So we're going to take a look at the project from the very beginning. What was my purchase price? How much money have I invested into each of the units? My total capital improvement. Then we're going to take a look at sales comparables. Based upon the market today, how much have I increased the property's value based upon the improvements I've done and the upswing in cash flow? What is our overall rate of return? Ideally, we beat the market, and that's the whole idea of the project. So let's head there now.